State your name for posterity.
345-40672.
Thanks, Callahan.
There it is.
Oh.
Took a pie in the face.
Oh, they're Mr. Demore?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you got the camera loose. What are you going to do with all this?
Blackmail? Blackmail is all I can think of. Yeah.
Like right.
Here?
Here. Smile when you do this. Frank, why are you smiling while you're doing this?
You smile when I do this.
Look out, Frank's got the camera.
Nice to meet you.
Smile.
Where's Maureen? Here I am! Gail wants one. Right there. One's Gail's. I don't know.
One's for Gail. There you go. There we go. Who else needs somebody out there? Actually, we're going
to catch a flight out in the morning at 4 o'clock. To be invited.
Here we go.
You look like a Chinaman.
I know, I got this, I can't help it.
Alright, so then I use tomorrow, then she picked it up.
I think we got the post.
Straight orange.
What do you need to drink?
I have one, thanks.
We're the guy with hotel security here.
Hello there. You're Frank. How you doing with that camera, Frank?
Frank, when you nod your head, Frank, nod your head, not the camera. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, I'll be right. I know. I'll be right back. Right down my throat. Hi.
Oh, that's really.
Get some good cleavage shots here.
I'm going to my room now.
Grandchildren.
Oh, Frank.
There's a ball game on TV. The grandchildren are.
I took you to a white cross
watch the ball game on TV.
Yeah, I will.
Watch four legs or something.
I will, Miss Hill. You were behind me. I see you. Your seat. You're off the seat. You're off the seat. You're jolly, man.
This is the last time I went off the road. I never got off the road after that, John.
Sorry, I went.
You calmly shut the machine off. Just sat there quietly.
I remember the down.
You and me going down the ski slope?
Yeah, and the security came in. Yes. You kept going right stop. I stopped you down there for like 2 yards.
I'm no good. I'm in right in this chair.
You're out of trouble.
We ride motorcycles on this rock. Yeah, real expensive place. The grass and the snow. We ride motorcycles up and down.
John says, come on, let's ride down the ski slope.
Wave to Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Michelle.
Let's say something about Frank Demore that you're going to take on his shoulder. You didn't see this. You're seeing him over here, and he's going, he's got the camera up like this, and he goes,
Pretty fucking funny, huh? Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't ask for Impossible Dream. That's a real. He said, don't say that. All this on.
Unfortunately, Frank, all done.
Did you ever do it?
No, I can't carry
Joe's
you.
going.
And don't tell me I can sing. Don't tell me any fucking person can sing because they can't.
Uh-oh. Guess what you're on tape.
We had someone that could sing it. I don't know if you saw the show.
Don't tell me.
What's up to say it on camera now. Come on.
Stick it, Frank.
Frank, 5 years, we're having another reunion. I'm in charge of the party after, not anything before.
Deal.
Deal. See you tomorrow.
All right.
You're in charge of tomorrow. I'm the day after.
You charge them tomorrow, 5 years from now.
Yeah, right.
Guys, have a good July.
Three of them.
Each other.
Three of them live.
Yeah, they
Sandy,
live-
Sandy, Chris, and
These-
Donna
they all
all live in
live.
Schaumburg.
Yeah, together.
We're gonna get W-2s.
I think everything we did the whole senior year.
Carol, don't give us,
that's
no,
okay.
it's true.
No, wait, I did. I cried everything we did for the last time. I ran, you know I did. I ran around saying, we're doing this for the last time, and weeping as we decorated the gym.
We never talked to
We
him.
never talked to him.
In general, I love.
This is Geraldo Rivera back there.
That's right.
Quickie,
And
folks.
you.
Insensitive, right?
And what is your fondest memory?
The only crass is the only thing I can think of. Oh Jesus! I remember roller skating down the hall on the last day of school. Nothing, no big deal.
That's your
Yeah.
finest.
No, Claudia Mike was my fondest memory. She tore off her nightgown.
Claudia
threw it
Mike being pregnant.
She tore off her nightgown, threw it down to Carol Knight for the next scene in the West Side Story.
And John was there every night.
And then we ran down to this room
I remember
downstairs
the
where we all
in
changed,
the cafeteria.
and we hugged and stuff like that, you know? We hugged, yeah.
And stuff like that.
Turn
So
out.
Karen, what was your
Okay, we're
favorite?
non-singers.
Karen, what was your favorite?
No,
No, it's Karen's turn. Karen's turn.
What was your favorite?
Mine was definitely putting together an agenda, merchandising it, picking the things that were going to be printed.
I don't like that. Pick another one.
No, just a nice one to say. That was another high point.
TPing Frank DeMora's
That
house.
was a high point.
That was a high point for a lot of
Oh, I
And
liked,
watch out tomorrow, okay?
I like spilling a chocolate milkshake, a complete chocolate milkshake.
Intentionally.
No, not intentionally. In Denny Shimkoviak's white interior, brand new car. That was
My favorite memory, wait, one of my, not my favorite, but one of my favorites
Like to say something.
was being told, this may have been Frem though, when we had to, they took us on a tour of the cafeteria after there was food on the ceiling. Is that
Yeah,
Frem?
bad kids.
Okay, bad kids, we're gonna make you look at what mess you made.
I remember Carol-
Class by class, they drove us through this cafeteria so we could see the food on the ceiling.
that was your finest.
Girls, do you remember when they
That was just
they
an
run the
interesting
jump in
moment.
high school with your fishnet stockings and they took
I never wore fishnet stockings.
and they scolded
Oh, I wore them once. I wore them once, but I wore pants. All right. You were the only one that knew.
Fishnet with pants?
yes.
Well, sure. It is a secret.
Jim, your favorite high school
Yeah.
memory.
I can't remember that. What I remember
Jealous,
the
you never
most
got there.
is me and
Yes, I
Tony
did.
driving to
For
school
jail?
in my
You didn't
car.
raise your hand.
Yes, I did.
You weren't honest.
I raised my hand.
How come
What
you
kind
didn't
of car
pick
did
you?
you have?
Because he wanted to pick some broad that was our phone too.
A lot of
That was supposed to be a great makeout car. Now tell me, was it? Oh.
Not the
I
quickest.
Tony would never approach me.
The,
The two of them would go to the 53 drive-in every weekend.
The DeMora
Back when
video
they
was
had
one
makeout
car.
car, as I recall.
Tony, your
He
favorite,
was.
your fondest memory.
I don't know.
He has so many.
Tony hasn't remembered anything since 1983.
Yeah.
He wanted us to tell you what it was.
Yeah.
You're blocking.
Frank, give me that camera and I want you to tell me your fondest memory.
Terry has to give us our
You have the
fondest memory.
camera.
Terry.
Chicken.
Okay.
You chicken.
Okay.
Come on, give me the camera. I'll make you sweat it out in front of that camera.
Let Terry give hers.
Terry. Being Mike's, what'd you say?
No,
Sexual, I didn't
most
know, I
sexually
didn't know that.
intimidating.
Intimidating Mike's
That's my
sexual.
fondest
Cut.
memory of the 20th reunion. Probably terrorizing
a-
Jacobs. I enjoyed that, I really did.
That was fun.
That was. We were very good at that.
Linda.
You know what I thought about it again, Frank, and what my favorite moment was going to prom.
Oh, that was it. That was my second fondest memory.
No, you're on, Mike. Come on, you're on.
That was good.
You're on. You're on.
My favorite memory was not having to go to singing prom.
Yeah.
With you. That's what you should have said. Here's that line, okay.
Okay, Carol, what's your other one?
I remember giving a demonstration speech to the substitute teacher in English, and it was going to be a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And Nobody in the class volunteered to be my person of the, no one. Would someone please help me with this? No. So I did it on the substitute.
Male or female?
That's a pretty good one.
Oh, gosh. Tongue retractor, please.
No, it's true.
Hey, anything for an A, John.
How do you think you got to be valedictorian?
What does that mean? I've never had that learning.
Maybe the 25th you get.
Right.
We did interviews in, I think it was junior year of high school in English or sophomore year. We had to interview somebody in the classroom, and we got assigned who it was going to be. We had to do an interview about them. I got Deborah Kite, and I interviewed her as the typical all-American girl.
And what grade did you get on this?
I didn't know what to do about it. I couldn't do her as a gracer. She would have killed me. So she was
Debbie
like
Kite.
all-American.
Oh, yeah.
I hated that.
How about the day we all got off to go into public service? Remember they gave us jobs in the community?
That was a close second.
My fondest memory. Lie in
High school, you can go back to 64.
my own imagination.
And what were those fantasies, Frank?
It was getting your house TP.
When I think about the TP thing was bullshit. I mean, if that
And when
was
you
the
show up
high
tomorrow, there's
point of your career, I'm sorry about your career, okay? I remember, I have fond recollections of the band. Had a good time playing music, being idolized and adored.
No,
All 4 songs.
not fantasies we're talking about.
That's right. And I remember my best girl.
Who was? Yeah.
She went to school in Arlington Heights, but
Convenient, Frank, yeah.
yes.
I mean, after she met you before.
She made her folks move.
She begged. They tried to hide. I found them. They moved.
I found her.
3 weeks in a row. I kept finding them. Friendship. Let me talk about that. I had some good friends in high school. I have friends in high school that I have never, other friends have never been the same.
This is gonna make us cry.
Frank, I'm not surprised.
The button you had made.
Let's talk about the grown-ups. Didn't you have some buttons made?
Were you a virgin in high school?
Totally innocent.
Yes. I've saved myself
should we
till
do
tonight.
this one?
Karen?
Yes. Were you a virgin in high school?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, definitely.
Very naive in high school.
Carol?
Do I have to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
Wow, I don't
This is
know.
the reality. We're
Okay, we got one no. Move on.
To Frank.
Oh God, now I have to say yes. I agree with Carol.
The question goes back to Carol, were you a
It
virgin
was
in high school?
fun. It
Carol?
was fun, but it was over too.
Come on, Carol, it's 20 years later.
Come on.
Do I have to say?
Yes.
This is the wrong crowd.
Oh. Were you
Just remember, we're going to use it the 25th.
The truth will set you free.
Oh!
Were your friends, Carol?
You're talking to the next
Actually,
MC.
We're not talking
there
oral
is a
sex
great
here.
story, but no. Go ahead, someone else.
No,
Just
you
No,
answer
it's your turn.
The answer is yes or no.
It's real basic here.
Black or white?
She's not sure.
Was he black or white?
Hey, we
Well, a maybe. A maybe.
Let's narrow this
This
down.
is a maybe. Wait, we'll come back. We'll come back to Carol. I'm a yes.
We have a documented case of a, and Frank can remember this, of a.
We're back to you. Carol, back to you.
She said she wasn't sure.
No,
thank you.
Okay, that she has to,
Do you want us to define it?
yes, you have to go a little bit farther.
Explain.
That's what he said.
Okay,
That's what
wait.
he told
Let's
me.
ask the question and see if we can
That's
draw it out.
No, she's allowed to answer that question any way she wants. It's a straight question, and she can answer it.
Not with me.
No, it's
No, no,
It
no.
has to be
No.
yes or no. At 37, it has to be yes or no.
Sometimes.
Lie, Carol.
Actually,
Listen, tomorrow at the picnic, no one will even.
right.
That's good.
Don't worry.
I already answered, so let's just pass right
None
on.
of the answers.
I'll
Wait,
answer.
wait, I'll answer for you, Linda. Wait a minute. I'll answer for you.
But I want to know.
Oh, wait, we can all answer for Linda.
After we're done asking about asking about high school. Can we talk about junior high? I mean,
Oh,
I had sex.
gosh.
You know, I'm just, junior high was a different story.
The movie's better.
Keep going, absolutely.
No.
Jim and Tony. Jim
Okay,
and
I'll
Tony.
make it real quick and easy for you. I tried. Tony's saying, I'm down on
Mostly.
Mostly what?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
We're talking boy girl. So. Yeah.
Pure as the driven.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you
Me
were.
too,
Yeah,
Clem. Pure as the
okay,
driven
questions
snow.
were your virgin. Definitely.
Aren't we
Yeah.
great liars?
Okay, the next round now. Where did you lose it? Okay, everybody now.
Where'd you lose it?
Where did you lose it?
It was not bad.
Did you lose it? Is there a virgin here? John?
Yeah, right here.
You're not sure? Not where you're
If you want to know what happened 20 years ago, Carol.
Carol,
What would make you sure?
yours is by far the most interesting answer,
Yeah.
Carol. We need a little more.
Everybody else kind of like.
Tell us the story, Carol.
Yeah, tell us the story.
Don't use any names. Just use initials.
I love her laugh.
Is there an R?
I don't know.
Look, let's look at this.
Okay,
Let's
wait.
look at it. Let's
We're
look
gonna
at
point
it.
out some pictures here.
All right, Carol, do this, okay? Carol,
Tell us if you're getting warm.
Yeah.
Carol, did you go to DeKalb with Frank?
No.
Okay.
Carol,
Let's look at it this way, metaphysically.
Carol, tell us about the three-finger test.
No, oh, no, let's just draft this whole thing here.
Yeah, I think we should draft that.
Can we
Thank
watch
you.
this tomorrow?
Good.
Yeah. Carol, sorry for the questions we've had so far.
I know
Everybody
Carol's
be quiet.
quiet.
Throw all your names.
I know
Everybody
Carol's
be quiet.
Who else had sex in college?
No. What about, who do you feel worst about the way you treated that
That's what I was
person
gonna, good question.
in high school?
Good question. Start with Tony.
Could you, I don't know if I understand the question.
I know the.
Who do you feel?
Repeat that for me.
Eddie
Sherwin
Gann.
The
Mike,
question
yeah.
is,
Eddie Gann.
Eddie Gann. Eddie Gann. I mean,
Gann,
he's
we
the
treated like
universal.
shit. He was a nice guy.
Beverly Marcus.
Yeah.
And Beverly
Beverly
Marcus.
Marcus,
Yeah.
Beverly
Yeah,
Marcus,
I remember one time
and
we
Miss
take Frank Swan to
Jacobs,
dance with her
and
or
Jerry
something like
Bush.
Is this who did you treat the worst?
that. Well, Bonnie Lofek might be up there too.
Is this who did you treat the worst?
Yeah.
Who do you
Who do you
feel
feel
bad
bad
Feel bad about it.
Not who you treat the worst. Two different questions.
Yeah, there's a couple people that I'm proud to this day.
And Miss Jacobs was one of them.
No,
I didn't think. Well, Carol, you were a little goody-goody, you know.
Okay, now,
which goes
Carol,
right along with my other answer.
who did you want to have sex with in high school?
With
Who are you
you
upset
said
with?
who? Beverly Marcus and Jerry Bush
And
and
Miss.
Eddie
and
Gann.
Runner.
Who picked Eddie
What
Gann?
about
Who
you?
said Eddie Gann?
You didn't
did.
treat anybody.
Oh God, I was so bad at him.
But you know they stuffed him in the locker about once a week.
Once a
And he
week.
just asked for it, the poor guy.
No, he
Every Monday, every Monday.
Silly grin on his face.
He
you know?
was epileptic. He had a lot of problems.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the,
Yeah.
that's the worst.
Eddie Gann was epileptic all through
I don't
high
remember
school.
this.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
would have epileptic.
Tony.
Most influential on me in high school?
Teacher?
No.
No. Teachers.
Fellows, probably Catherine Shearer as well as.
What is this, Kathy Sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Tony's girlfriend for a whole
That's what I hung around with most. I mean.
Yeah.
Bill,
Is that okay?
more
Was that
trivia
right or
questions.
wrong? I'm not sure.
Whose picture
Who's
is
grading?
on
Who's
page
grading this
25?
paper?
There will be
Anyway.
a quiz tomorrow. Who was most influential on Tony Nugget?
A, B, C.
I should
None of the
Did you,
above.
now,
I
were
can
you
answer
friends
that.
with her? Did you go out with her? Because I remember dating
No, no.
They were more than friends.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah, let's go back to that first question.
Yeah,
We
I-
were virgin in high school.
Bill Roberts, yeah.
They were
Was it
biblical
after you?
together.
Before.
During, I think, wasn't it?
That was a crossover period, yeah.
The guy kind of blurry.
He's not sure.
Carol, your
He's
first
not
name.
sure.
Now, if this is so easy, why is
No,
nobody
I've been
answering?
thinking about it. I haven't. Rick Ferguson, Rick Robot.
Rick Robot.
I think we have a trend here.
Um,
Rick Danger.
Rick Ledford. Yeah. Actually, that is true. Are there any more Ricks? And Maureen Lux.
I think the letter R is real important.
Maureen Lux?
And Ricky Nidick.
Ricky Nidick.
Who's Nidick, right?
Ricky Nelson, Rick Saucedo.
Boy, that's rough. That's rough.
No, Karen said it wasn't rough, so.
How dare you?
That's because I shaved that night, so it had nothing to do with reality.
You have to get your chin in there.
I think.
You go to the salon, right?
No, I did that.
I defer
No,
to
we went to
my
Panama
left,
City
and I'll
the
be
week
back.
before we
But I have to also say Linda and Marilyn too.
Well, now
do.
see, I was
Oh,
gonna
no,
say.
I was gonna say
Karen,
Linda and
Terry,
Marilyn.
Carol, but now it sounds like.
She stole your thunder.
Yeah.
No, you can come back to me. I'd have to say.
I'll add you and I'll say me.
Karen, Terry, Carol, and Tony.
And Linda Weichel was somebody who really.
Jim.
Jim,
Who was the
Hawaii.
Who was the most student that made the most influence on me?
Yeah, whatever you said.
Whatever it was. Had to be Tony. Because we lived together and all this stuff.
Out of a car.
Well, hey, we lived above the Vail Lounge.
Did you guys live together in school?
We're talking about during high school, not after.
No, this was
You
during high
two
school.
were roommates then?
I didn't know that.
Michael?
See, a lot of people didn't know that.
Nobody said. How wouldn't they know, Tony?
We didn't invite him over.
We were driving to school every day. We must have looked like a
We
mess.
smelled like we lived in
We
a
must
car.
have been a mess, man.
Is that positive or negative?
That's very positive.
What, I didn't hear what he said. What did he say?
He and Mr. Miller,
Without
my
a
gym
doubt,
teacher.
right.
Mr. Miller.
Frank DeMore?
Oh, well, let's get the shock and surprise. Let's.
Frank DeMore.
Whoa!
Terry.
Frank and the women he dated.
Yeah. Frank and all of his girlfriends.
Without a doubt, it was Connie Rosencrantz.
Yeah?
Wow. Nobody influenced Terry, and she's proud of it.
Because you were all a bunch of
And
assholes.
she's not sorry.
Terry didn't go to the bathroom all of senior year.
Bill didn't answer that one. Frank, up here. Bill?
Yeah,
The
Bill.
most influential?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it was a junior English teacher named Miss Sanger.
No.
No, not a teacher.
Nancy was a neat woman, though.
I have my answer, by the way, Frank, so if you get tired.
Who
And
else?
if it's Tony and Linda, we'll be
Oh,
sorry.
that's yours, okay.
Yeah. I know what my problem was. I was thinking of our class, but it wasn't our class, it was
Sam's a
the
lawyer
year
in
before
Texas,
us,
isn't he?
Bill Brescia. And and he was like, okay, and said it was nothing sexual, okay, so I'm like, well.
Bill Brescia?
Bill Brescia.
He moved away, unfortunately.
Okay. No. Can
We
you
didn't ask for.
Bill who?
Statham? He was ahead of us? That's pretty good.
Didn't make it back?
Yeah.
And you were in high school.
But there were a couple of boys that didn't make it back
Not from our class, though.
from the year before.
The year before,
Al
Al Ramsey.
Busy year.
Al
was
Ramsey
one.
didn't make it back.
I think he's the only one who I know of, anyhow.
I don't remember.
I think it's really unusual that nobody from our
From
class
1967.
died in Vietnam.
Yeah, it really is.
We all got 2 S deferments.
No, we had high draft.
Bullshit. You.
I got
didn't.
called up for the draft.
For a while, college,
I
we
remember
could
going
get out
through
for
that.
college deferment, but then they gave everyone a number.
But not everybody went to college.
Yeah, and so those people either had a high number or they didn't come up in the draft.
I got
I know I got away with it for a while by having a college deferment, then they gave us all numbers and it didn't make a difference if you were in college or not.
Then they got to meet you.
I just had a high enough number. It didn't seem high at the time.
Since you graduated from high school, what's been your favorite movie? I think that's important.
Mike.
Real life.
All that
Really?
shit. It's getting so deep now.
favorite movie?
I'm not sure I can handle it.
Snow White is still my favorite movie. Who knows the names of the 7 dwarfs?
You know, they didn't bring
Frank?
it up today. Frank did not
That's not
pass
one
the
of
mic.
Frank, Eddie.
But I was a kid that moved a lot, and this is the only place I lived a long time, and people know me. And I'm just glad I'm here.
We're glad you're here,
We're
too.
glad.
Yeah. We're glad you're here.
Let's have a big hug and go home.
I'm glad you're here too, Joe.
Okay. I got me a dad out of that.
Touche.
trash, you know. Let's go back to our favorite movie.
Okay, how many
I'll
men?
let you ask.
How many men in the group have seen Stand By Me? Seen that? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was true to life?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it probably.
Be like Carol, why?
I already answered this one before. Because, let's see, Carol could always do everything a little better than I could. She could draw better, she could write better, she could sing. So, that's her gift. See?
It's
You
very
know
nice.
it, did you?
It's very nice.
No, I never did know that.
Are you still pissed off
I
about this?
I hated her guts.
Now,
And I
Frank,
still
if you
do.
wanted to be like Carol Cook, then
See, I think you're way ahead of me here, but because of what you were. There wasn't anyone.
There wasn't anyone.
No, there wasn't anyone specific. There were a lot of different traits around.
you want to be a composite of who?
I wanted to be I wanted to be the senior at Conant. Okay, I wanted to be like pieces of everyone. Okay, we can erase that. We can start over again. I just wanted to be liked a lot. I didn't want to be like anybody else.
There wasn't anyone.
I didn't want to be like anybody else.
Who was liked a lot?
It didn't matter. I didn't want to. I never tried to be like anyone else. End of answer.
Does it have to be our year?
No. No.
No, but I tried going out of my ear and they like jumped down my throat.
But it can't be a teacher, can it?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. Robin Hall.
Oh, that's
Boy, remember Junior?
The daughter of Robert Hall, the famous
No,
clothier.
because you want to be bouncier than you.
You ought to see Carol.
Oh, like shit.
Carol, you ought to see Robin
If she
now.
was, she would have been able to answer the first question a lot easier.
That's real
No,
interesting though. Why did you want, I mean.
I thought she was
Robin Hall,
adorable.
she was a senior and she was in
I-
choir.
Yeah, I thought she was adorable.
choir?
I thought
She was
she
in
did
choir,
a
was
lot
she?
of stuff.
She was.
She was going with Danny Krunick, wasn't she?
She married him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you really?
And
Yeah.
divorced?
But divorced him
Uh-huh.
3 marriages ago.
Yeah, I went to grade school with
No
Robin Hall.
kidding.
Yeah.
I thought she had it all together from my perspective. And that she was sort of sophisticated and just did things well. And had that cute ponytail. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
That's it.
Did you come up with an answer yet?
There was my answer. Vanna.
Nobody. Bill, did you want to be like anybody else?
I don't know. I guess I looked at somebody like Dick Ledford who had a handicap and who excelled in running. I looked at
He had a handicap?
Oh yeah, he's burned all over.
serious burns all over his body.
He was playing with explosives as a kid and melted him all real bad.
The fireworks.
Lots of
Oh, God,
glass.
I mean, yeah.
You'd never know it by watching him run.
But wait a minute, you wanted to be like him?
Well, in a
Courage.
sense, I
You admired that.
I admired his
Yeah.
courage. You know?
Yeah.
I think I admired the people who were active in school. You know, I wish I had been outgoing enough to do the things that some of the other people did in school that I didn't do. You know, I held back in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I think I admired those people. I admired the ones who were, what's the words? They had enough, either
Balls.
Chutzpah.
either they had their parents on their back or they had their own ability to sit down and do their homework and study and make good grades, you know, motivation, that's right. You know, I didn't have the motivation, so to speak. I didn't have that. That's cool. The initiative. And I wish I'd had that. I think if we could have excelled more, the ones that didn't, you know, if we'd had that initiative. And so I kind of respected the ones who did, you know. I didn't begrudge them because they were getting A's and I wasn't, you know. I just respected them for that. The ones who excelled. And I respected Carol for excelling in school, you know, for getting better grades than I did. I respected the athletes who did it better than me. I respected those who were out for drama club, you know, and who were in the plays, you know, or who went out for band. They were doing things that I didn't have the gumption to do.
But that ain't true. Not 100%, though.
Not 100%?
No.
Mike? Is he still awake over there?
Yeah.
See, I think unfortunately high school didn't reward us for being smart. It didn't reward us for being in plays. High school, unfortunately, trained us to be socially, and we were rewarded for our social acceptance. And if I had to pick the person I would have most liked to have been in high school, it would have been Frank Swan. Because that guy, he looked good, he talked good. His locker room stories on Monday were the best I've ever had.
He was a unit.
When Franks were the best. Franks were the absolute best. On Monday morning, his weekend escapades topped us all.
Mike, I gotta say you really are deep.
Are you being facetious or what?
I think you're the only one that remembers Frank Swan.
I remember.
I remember Frank Swan.
Of all the people that you knew, Frank Swan is the person that you wanted to be most like.
Well, we're going back to high
Maybe there's
school.
another Frank that he has.
I did not want to be a guy that was destined to have a receding hairline, no.
No, last name isn't from G.
That comes from your family. That don't come from nobody else.
No, gee.
Oh, yeah, he was real good looking. He was in junior year though.
That's, you know, and now I think what Bill said, you know.
You're in the R's.
Grades, they were, I
You don't wanna see
envied
Frank
the
Swan.
people that made good grades and all that, but I didn't have the good sense to know that would be helpful later in life,
You're
that I had
confused.
studied. So I took math 3 times in college. So, had a job, I could pay for it, I don't know. Frank Swan was a fine person, and Frank, if you could have been like Frank Swan, we would have been better friends. Moving on.
Gerhard Funk, in many respects, I always respected him when I first saw him in junior high. He was intelligent, beautiful body, and quiet in many respects. And then Frank Demore, for the way he could be in front of people and make them laugh. Then finally, my best friend in high school was Frank Getz, and I think as far as making a difference in my life, he's the one person that kind of cared for me. He was there. Put up with my. He always put me down, but he was always there.
Push your self-esteem.
Yeah, he was good for that.
Your mother paid me for that. That was a low blow.
Jim?
I'm afraid I can't come up with anyone here.
We know, Tony.
I couldn't say his word again. No, I can't think of anybody right now, Frank.
Frank.
Ms. Moderator.
Do Frank a favor, did you?
Well, she just said
Make
Tony.
Frank talk.
It was Tony.
I heard that.
No, it was Tony. I heard her say
No,
Tony.
she was talking about tonight.
I think I admired Linda. Like I said, the last time we had this conversation.
Tick, 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 tick.
What? See, she was Tony.
Now, this wasn't the most influential, this is
No,
who you wanted to
admired.
be like.
I don't know if I remember wanting to be like anybody at the time. I think now looking back that I would have liked to have been more outgoing in that respect. I think Frank, probably. That's it.
More.
Yeah, right. Okay, go.
His fingers
Work on it,
frozen
Frank.
on the switch.
Yeah, could you elaborate on that a little bit, please?
And Frank wanted to be more
Frank.
like himself, so there it is.
Who did Frank want to be more like?
Frank, don't do that. I'll be like everybody. I'll defer.
Defer to who?
I wanted to be